from Sounds Good Agency. Today, he will be talking to you about conversion rate optimization for 6 different brands. So I'm going to pass it on to David.
Thank you, Rebecca. Hi, everybody. So, very short about me, about us. We are Shopify Experts Agency. Sounds good. And we are located in Europe, but we serve clients worldwide. We are remote first. We were remote before COVID was a thing. And our specialty is strategy, how to leverage Shopify, and high complex solutions on the development side, both front end and back end. And to avoid boring you, let's get right to it. So, as you can see, I'm using a private browser, so none of my extensions are affecting the experience. So it will look like if I'm a brand new customer here. Let's go through the desktop first, and then if we have time, maybe we'll do a second round on mobile. As you see, it's a German website. Normally, I have to accept cookies because GDPR is a thing. And unfortunately, my German is quite terrible, and by terrible, I mean non existent. So we'll have to improvise a bit because a very important part of the conversion rate optimization is the copy itself. And since I don't understand nothing, it will be much more focused on the design aspect. But we can see that there are some different types of designs of wines. I can see it because you have your Sauvignon, Rosé. That's awesome, you know. Super important for discoverability that we can very quickly go where we want to go. So let's assume we want some champagne. We have some filters, which seem to be quite useful. That's very cool. Exactly what I want. Let me see if I could do it by price because I like a good deal. I have here some promotions. I have here some tags explaining why they are relevant to me. And this seems to be a best buy for some reason. I have here all these legal important stuff for the German market, price in euros per liter. These are things that Shopify is prepared to handle in the German market, I think in the French market as well. So that's an awesome thing. I'm curious what happens if I would increase. Okay, it is well done. If I want to buy more, I can. Let's go back just with one. But before buying, I want to see how the product page looks like. I'm not sure why I have this information here. Usually I like to see the product title first, but it's not a deal breaker. It's acceptable. I have here some reviews. Doesn't seem quite convincing to me, so let's try something else. I love my Italian wines, so let's go with Italian. Wine type from Lombardy. Okay, now we have here a couple of options. Let's go with the rosé. Yeah, I have better reviews here. As you can see, it was important for my decision making to have these reviews. And if I want to learn more, oh, they have here a very nice sections. And I see that they are pushing me down the content, which is acceptable. It wouldn't mind. It would be nicer for me if I could just like click, and this section would change. But I don't mind it. Why? Because they have here very nicely done this tab for always being able to go to the cart. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add to cart. I see that they're not leading to the cart directly. This has its pros and cons. If you don't push me to the cart directly, I'll have to take an extra click to get there. This means extra friction, which can mean a slightly lower conversion rate. Why they are doing this probably is because they want to buy more than just one bottle of wine. But the execution could be better in terms of the cross sell or the upsell because I got the notification that yes, it was added to cart. Let's do it again. I can see it here that the article was added to the cart, but I would love to do something slightly fancier. Let me show you an example from a different client that we have. This is a Czech client. And they do something that I like quite much. That if I add something to the cart, let's see if it works here. No, this one is not a good example. Let me see here. It'll be probably easier within the products. If I add to cart, oh, I want something fancy than this. If I add something to my cart, okay. They are not doing it as maybe anymore, or at least with the products that I find here. But what I love is that they have a range of accessories that they try to upsell directly. Here they do something slightly different, which is also cool. But they go put me directly in the cart, and they put me here a bunch of services attached to the product, which once again, it's a point of friction, may decrease our conversion rate, but it will definitely increase your average order value, which of course will increase your customer lifetime value. But something that I like definitely when I add something to the cart is to be able to have already in front of me good pairings for this wine or other wines that are on this style or other wines that are from the same region. So I would definitely would appreciate some recommendations and not just leaving to me to figure out what I want to buy next. Once again, not for conversion rate optimization, but for optimization of your business in general. Let me still see here how the checkout experience is. I have here a bar that I probably get free shipping after 63 euros spent. Just one more. Nice. Okay, there was 63 missing, and now I have free shipping. That sounds good enough. I have here my objection busters, so I can see. Okay, I'll get the product in 5 to 7 days, and 30 days refunds. It's quite cool. Instead of having this here, once again, I would prefer to have somewhere else the option for me to see not what I saw already, but other wines that would make sense to buy. These you can do, of course, manually, or you can optimize based on what you see your customers are doing. But if you're on Shopify and or if you're using a personalization service like Nostra, you definitely can use the data already from the stores to realize what usually people buy with. You know, typical Amazon. Second, I hope you are hearing me now. I was saying that typically, as the Amazon says, like if you buy something, people also bought this or goes well with that. One more example, since we are on the topic of cross sellings, and I don't think we'll do it. Maybe we'll not touch it in the next products, next projects, or next brands. We'll check. We'll check. Let me show you here what we did for one of our clients. Of course, you have subscription, which could make a lot of sense for wines. That's what also I think Gary Vee does with his website. He allows people to buy a bunch of wine as a subscription, or even better, allows you to buy as a bundle or as like a pack of not just one bottle but multiple bottles. And maybe to be interesting, the most I buy to have a bigger discount. Typical volume discounts, which will make me want not just buy a bottle, but buy a box of bottles. So that's something, once again, interesting to increase the order value. But getting back to my example, I love the fact that here I show the cart directly in the site, which also works great on mobile. Uh, and on the cart, I have here an upsell for subscription, for example. It could be an upsell for anything else, but I go to the cart directly. I have the option to go back. I don't have to go to a different page. And this is something that I like very much in terms of customer experience. Okay, let's try to go to the checkout. As you can see, they are on Shopify as well. And they have here validation of my age so I can buy it. That makes sense. It could also, I think this is also once again based on law, but eventually could be done outside of the checkout. I assume they're on Shopify Plus as well. I love the fact that they have a very clear step-by-step approach until the end of the checkout process. I have some recommendation here, which is definitely think about switching to the one-page checkout that Shopify is launching. It's slowly releasing around the world, and definitely experiment because from what I've been what I've been hearing from different partners, it's definitely an interesting solution, and it's been providing a bump, relatively secure bump in the conversion rate. One more thing that we have to take into consideration when converting to the one-page checkout is that possibly some of these customizations that you've built into your website and probably still using checkout liquid, which is not longer going to be supported from half of 2024, you will lose these things. So you'll have to redo them in a different way using the Shopify extensions and functions for the checkout. But let's once again go through the process. I'm going to put my actual age, so you can send me also a gift. If you remember about me in September, becoming 30 soon. My email, let's give you my proper email so you can get me as well if you want. Actually, in Deutschland, they are just shipping to Germany. This makes me think about, once again, not specifically in conversion, but makes me think about potential of expansion. I would love to think or to speak with these guys here. Why aren't they thinking about expansion? I guess the logistics are very complex. If you are shipping wine across the border, but Germany is quite central in Europe, so I don't think that would be a complete impossibility, and definitely is a good way of trying to increase your pool of potential clients. Love the express checkouts. Very good. Very good. Let's try. We'll have to put a proper name here, strats, because they're going to validate it and I don't want it. Yes, for the example. Let me try to get this postal code for us. Where is this? Okay. Just give me the thing, please, guys. Yes, here we have the postal that I wanted, that I needed to finish this test. Let's try. As you can see, this validation is very important, because this validation, if it is a pain for us, then we are testing. It's very important because it allows to avoid returns, and returns mean refunds, mean definitely a waste of resources, and definitely it's going to eat up your margins of your business. I see they have here a free option. I wouldn't mind to have more delivery opportunities. Something that is catching up quite well in Europe is the possibility to pick up the orders directly from a pickup place. Once again, this might not be the best, what I'm saying, for wine in black solution, because once again, shipping bottles is a very specific endeavor that not everybody is able to handle. So I understand why they chose DHL for the effect. It's weird for me because I think this is not correct here. It is confusing if I would be German. I'm not German, so I passed it, but this seems to be cart. This should be the information. When I was on the information part, it was showing yellow the cart. I'm not sure, okay, because it means that it's done. But I'm not here anymore. I'm here. Okay. It kind of makes sense, but for a second make me doubt if I'm in the right place. So then I'll choose my payment method. Everything seems definitely okay. And I think there is still a confirmation step. So what you could do to make it better for conversion specifically, I would increase or improve the search. Okay, this is good. They have suggestions here, but I'll try to make the search bar larger, or maybe even on the bottom or on the top of the menu, because if I want a specific wine, I want to go and type as soon as possible, and I would like to prioritize this element. So we are trying to drive, first of all, more people to the product page. I'm not going to be much longer on these websites, so we can move forward, and it's very well done, I believe. But I'll explain you later on why I think the product discoverability is a key part of conversion rate optimization. So let's say choose bye bye in German for wine in black, and let's check the next brand. Okay, don't be so fast on me with your pop ups. As my first reaction, a bit knee jerk, but I see that if I sign up, I get some 50 brew coins today. I have no idea. That's £5 to spend on great tea. So why don't you just tell me that I will get £5? Okay, it's a bit too early for me. Okay, you say here that I get £5 off, but I don't know what these 50 brew coins are. I'll definitely try to think better how to use these solutions. I'm now checking the code of the website just to make sure what provider. Yeah, they're using Klaviyo. They're using Klaviyo to create these pop-ups, which is awesome. And what I like about Klaviyo pop-ups, if I may, uh, not just Klaviyo, also Privy and other websites do it quite well. They allow you to select when this should happen, you know? So it's very easy to create a pop-up and make people get out of your way as soon as they see it because they get triggered or they get annoyed, and just like one more friction layer for the client. You can play with pop-ups definitely, and it's super important, but you might want to do it in a different step, you know? You might want to, let me see if I can find it here for you. Target your form. For example, you can make a loading delay, which maybe they did. You can make appear on specific pages, or you can make it appear after people have had a specific amount of time or a specific amount of scroll through the website. So it would make more sense, for example, that I'm checking. Oh, this seems so cool, so interesting. And maybe now the pop up could happen because I've showed some interest in your brand. Once again, we have here the obligatory cookies banner. I'll accept them because I don't have no other option. They have here a nice and easy to reach chat button, which probably was missing on the wine website we've seen before. Very important to make communications easier, supported by Gorgeous, very good solution for the customer support. And I like very much this menu. First of all, because I can understand it, it's not in German anymore. And I see their focus is like selling subscriptions. This is what property tastes like. Awesome. This is what I want. I want to open a website and know exactly what I'm going after, what you have to offer me. I see I have option to subscribe or to shop, and I like very much how this menu is set up because I can have very easily a bunch of options and I can exactly choose what I want. Gift shop, cool. Brew coins, about. I didn't care much about this specifically. I like on the menu on the top to have products, to have collections, to have purchasing options. Brew coins, I would accept it because it's basically a loyalty program, so it allows to like increase the customer lifetime value. But I'm okay with having the about more in the bottom of the website because that's not your primary goal in an e-commerce store. Is not to say how cool you are and speak too much about you. It's to give value to your customer. But some of these things work quite well. Okay, let's go through the experience. And this time, I would like to buy a subscription starter kit because I've never purchased from this guy before. Here, I don't have very good readability, accessibility, but that's once again detail. Yeah, I like this, but but it's a bit pesky as well because if I go by mistake there, then it's I don't like very much how it's not so easy to get out of it. But I like the fact that it's so thorough. Your favorite, choose your go-to blend, how often, make changes. Okay, that's so many options. That's so many options. Loose leaf, I'm not, I wouldn't mind. Since we have so many options that will appear slowly one after the other, it gives me a bit of like tiredness just of looking for everything that I have to choose so far. So here, once again, friction. I can say, oh, I don't want to do it. But maybe if I'm an aficionado, I will. But you cannot sell just to aficionados. You want to convert more and more people. So probably I would have this content hidden, and once I select something, okay, I'm wondering why these things go away. Once again, yeah, if you even have different options depending on what I've selected, I would prefer first to select it myself. So I select this so just we have more options to play with. And I'll go for chai. Can I do a combo? No. Chai. Tea only I've got a kit. Does the price differs? Yes, 26.1999. And I want every 3 months because I'm a beginner. Let's go with yellow. Head to trolley. Okay, I like the fact that it explains once again the advantages, regular questions. Maybe we could even not bury these questions here, but we could have a specific section once again for each one of these things and treat these as FAQs themselves. Great. They give me content that I want. They explain why I should subscribe. Maybe it would be nice, yeah, to get to know a bit more about the specific different types. Maybe having a link to the specific place or a tooltip, or if I hover, that I would have some content about it. Because what if I don't know the difference? If I'm not an aficionado and I don't know the difference between what's Darjeeling? I never had this one. I've had this, a bunch of this, but I never had this one. So I would love to have some more connectivity here with different content so I would know how to move forward. But let's assume I want to try something new. Let's go to the cart. Lovely. My sidebar here works well. What's missing here, once again, you guys tell me. You know? Cross sell. Yeah, exactly. Cross sell is missing here. I don't want to play Dora the Explorer, but I'm missing. I'm going to ask you some questions to see if you're getting it. Definitely missing here a cross sell. I like to upsell here something. Maybe this is already the final goal. That's why they're not doing anything. So we'll try to buy something else and see if they are doing it well. Let's just buy something on gift shops. Gift shop. Lemon and iced tea for our summer. It's sold out. Sorry to hear that. It's so cool that they have highlighted what they want to sell. This is probably what's the priority to sell or their best sellers. I like that they do that. It makes it much easier for me to select something. So I have a yellow teapot. I'll head to the cart. Once again, no cross sell here. I would expect you, if I'm buying a teapot, that you'd offer me some tea to go well with it and to increase my value, the value of my cart. I will go to the checkout normally, but I want to see what they have here. This year, usually I put it away because in most industries don't make sense. Nobody uses this in general. Just if your specific business needs it, I put it there. Otherwise, I'll keep it simple. This cart page, hopefully not much people go there because there is not much value at all so far, and it's not very well designed. So either stick with this cart or choose the page. I don't see the purpose of having both. I understand you have to have both on Shopify because the cart automatically will be a page, but make it better. But don't make a link to go to the cart, just to go to this ugly page that has no cross sells, no upsells, no objection busters, nothing that is going to help me move to the next step. And I have the checkout hidden right here. So no go. Just remove the go to trolley and go straight to checkout. That will be better. So let's do it. Let's try to see how this checkout is working for us. Okay. Log in to earn redeem awards. I like that. They are pushing the loyalty program. It's really cool that they are trying to get the client for the long run, you know? So this tells me that. I like that they are also explaining here that if I have brew coins, which probably will be a discount code that generates by this, I have to do it right now. And if I'll click here, I'll not be able to process it. I first to apply my discount code, so then I can go to an accelerated checkout. So it's a very good notice here. I would make it more, I don't know, more visible maybe. I think I have an eye for detail, so found it. I see that it's shipped for a bunch of countries, which is nice. So let's go. I don't. I think I'm going to get a bunch of abandoned checkout emails later on. I don't like that they sign this up for me. I don't know what is the law in UK right now, but in most countries in European Union at least, this is a big no-no. I have to click to don't sign up. It's a bit of like a dark pattern, and the legal is not super nice, but manageable. So once again, international track, check, pa 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 pa. I understand. I'm going international. They just have one shipping option. If I would go national, I would hope they would offer more things. Let's continue to payments. Credit card, PayPal. Yeah, standardized. I can see my information. Very good. Using Shopify payments, most probably. Okay, nothing is blocking me to go through the checkout. I have here a review step still. Works well. I'm going just to now quickly touch on the importance of search once again. Because if I want black tea, what do you show me? Suggestions, products, pages. A few authenticity for products. Right. Why is it so important, the discoverability process? Because conversion rates, you could split it into three major steps. You know, first adding to the reaching the product page, adding the product to the cart, and eventually finishing the purchase, going through the checkout. What you want to do when you are looking to create or improve your conversion rate is trying to see where some blockers may be there. So let me try, if I be so bold, find some stores. Let me get here. Oh, I have to log in. I'd like just to show you how the analytics on Shopify work. Here's some quick examples. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, that one is good actually. Okay, let me make this bigger. Add to cart, widget checkout, sessions converted. You'll never see this. There always will be a breaking from each of these steps. And this tip actually comes from Kurt Elster from Ethercycle. A bunch of years ago, he spoke about it, and it always stayed in my head. You want to see how is the breaking or the churn of traffic from each one of these steps here. So what you can accept is when you go from 5 to 50% of that, so 2.5 to 50% of that, 125. You know, and 125 in this case would be a valid conversion rate based on your initial added to cart rate. If you go to see your specific analytics and you see that you have, for example, 5% and then 1% here, you know that something probably went wrong between point A and point B. It doesn't have to be that. There are multiple of reasons why people can live here that has nothing to do with what you see on the front end, but there's a very good chance that something goes wrong here. You know, I had a client way back a couple of years ago. I'm not sure if they are still online even. Yeah, they are. And they have a nicer website now. It's cool. I think they're using even some free Shopify theme, which is great. And these guys here, they had a terrible conversion rate. They have something like from added to cart 10% to final conversion rate 0.25%. And the drop was happening specifically between the edit to cart and the reach checkout. People were not reaching checkout, and because of that, they're having a very low conversion rate. So we did a bunch of tests and realized that there was like a huge bug on the cart page. Imagine that I go to my cart, I buy something, I click go to checkout, and it just doesn't work. And this was happening with the majority of their purchases, and they just never notice it. Once we did this small fix, took me 10 minutes. Next day, they had conversions at 4 or 5%. So it's a I don't know multiple hundreds percent improve raising conversion rate, but it's a completely nonsense for a completely like small detail. They were actually losing money, and that's why I always say go check the breakdown. And for some reason, you have here, for example, 2% added to cart, 1% reach checkout, and 0.5% converted. You know that you need to work, first of all, on your added to cart. And that goes back to my point regarding searching, regarding finding the products, regarding suggesting the products. And we want to suggest right from the beginning, as they do here very well, what start with a classic. This is awesome, because you're telling me what I want, especially when I don't know what I want. Very good, very well done. So I believe that this team, this brand here, will probably struggle the most with increasing the cart value because they are not doing any cross sell. So that's a lost opportunity, and potentially going from here to the actual purchase just because of the fact that some people will leave for lack of motivation to buy it. But overall, they are doing a good job. Small details here, and they even have their brew coins there. Very cool, very nice. I'm going to move forward. And before I do, I would like to make like now a small, big-ish disclaimer. These sessions are like super interesting. We go through we do the website breakdown, we go deep into them, we try to see things that could be done better. They are awesome already. But best practices in terms of CRO is what all CRO experts hate to hear. Because yes, there are some things you can do, there are some things that are best practices indeed, but in the end of the day, each business is its own business. Each business has its own audience, and that's why everything has to be tested. Everything should be tested at least. So think about A/B testing, split testing, and all these different types of analysis that allows you to have the actual data. Many people will think here, oh boy, if my sale button would be bigger, or it would be like with a different color or highlighted differently, I would more easily sell the products that I just don't want in stock anymore and I'm selling for very cheap. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe we want a red here, or we want a blue, or we want a green. I don't know. You don't know. The audience knows. So if you are trying to improve your conversion rate in a serious way, be prepared for testing, testing, testing. That's like the real definition of CRO in the long run. So for the next website, I'll try to do something slightly different. I'll try to see how they look on mobile. So we haven't done any mobile yet. Okay, so I dislike the fact like the image is not very good quality. It should be better quality. It doesn't look super professional to me. My menu, it's basic but acceptable, I would say. What is this outlet? It's a collection. Once again, this image is very low quality. I can never ever read what's there. So once again, since this is not professional enough, seems like not a a store I could much trust because just like I see better photos on Instagram, let's say. Then I usually don't like text in the images because that's not going to be crawled by Google and by search engines. So if you have any important copy, I usually would try to have them like separate, like as actual text. And once again, this image wasn't done to be here. There is like a small disclaimer here that nobody reads, so not a great look. So my first impression is not great, but let's try to see Mel's must-haves. Okay, what are you selling? Are you selling just tops? Are you selling clothes in general? If you're going to show something here, don't make a campaign. If you want, possibly this could be creative for an ad. You spend 75, you get this. 125, you get that. But this is not a good creative for your website. If you want to have a banner or a hero image, you may, even though it's also arguable that that's not the best approach for conversions. But if you're going to have it, at least make it like a lifestyle photo or video. Show what people are going to get. I can give you an example of an ex-client of ours that has great media, great creatives. You can see I'm on the store and I have very attractive examples of the products that I'm going to see there. And I can check others very easily. I'll be able to scroll. Okay. I see the products as well, but the first thing I see is actually how they are going to look like. So showcase your products on people actually using them and enjoying them. Then shop a category. What am I going to purchase today? Let's go for all because I'm not sure what I want. I have 550 products here, so I better have some good filters. Yeah, they are pretty basic in the sense that like maybe I'll probably add here some collections or some categories or tags. So I just want what is in stock, my size. How can I even put my size if I don't know what is the category? So probably on the filters here, I'll try to make it more easier to choose what I want or what I can buy. I have here a quick view. That doesn't convince me enough because I don't have much description. Let's see if we have it on the actual product page. I can slide, can see the details, grace and lace. Very nice. And I have here a description. Okay, okay. If it is one size, why do you even have it here? Just remove it. No need to have the size, it's just one size. Reviews, more payment options, okay. Summer is calling, time to grab adventure by the handles. Why you love it? Yeah, I'll probably try to improve this copy as well. Try to focus on keywords that are related. I see here women's tote bag, that's good. Bag, German doll isn't going to do much. But I like more specifics of the product itself. Measurement guide. Why would I need a measurement guide for a product that has no size? Yeah, yeah, I think this was done generically for all products and it could be optimized a bit. The sizing and care, I'll probably even add some imagery if possible, some media to show how it should be done. Or I feel external article where you go in detail how to take care of the product. But I understand it's important to have here. But measurement guide does make sense. And description could be lengthier, could tell me more than just this marketing copy, because it's very much like gorgeous. It's going to be perfect. But I'm okay with a bit of marketing talk, marketing copy, but then I want to know specifics. Like what's the material, what's the warranty, what's like, okay, can I wash it or not? I think I still have the washing thing here, not take care of it. No, you don't have your only can take care of my bag. Obviously, I'm not a huge tote bag genius, but I'd like to know more about my bag before I buy it. So more about the product wouldn't hurt, and the more you describe the product, the best will be for content creation purposes and for the client to feel like they are there. Something that I can touch in this point here is that like we are still people are getting more and more used to sell online, of course, new world, post-pandemic world, etc. But you need to take into account that they still are not seeing or neither touching the products. So, of course, in the future, we now have Google's new virtual try-on solution, so you'll be able to see products, interact with them through your devices, which is quite cool. Shopify already paved the way to that when they start adding the 3D models option, so you could see how specific, I don't know, chair would look in your living room and so on. And if you don't have the budget or the capacity to do it, bet on your copy. Try to explain what the product is, why you should buy it in as much detail as you can, as if the person wouldn't even be able to see the photos. So describe the patterns, describe the materials, why they are done, how they were done, how they were manufactured, and all this information. And what is missing me here is definitely it's like how much time we'll have to wait to get the product. So some shipping info would also be interesting. But let's imagine that you convince me nonetheless, and I'll buy this bag. Great, better than what we saw so far in terms of offering a cross sell here. I don't like that I need to click somewhere to edit, but I understand that I might just buy something easily without seeing the quick view. But it's a bit messy because we have the page, the drawer, and now another layer on top of it. User experience isn't great. Once again, special instructions, nobody uses that unless your business requires it for some specific reason. So most of the time, I'll just get over with it. I would prefer to don't have the quick view and instead to have more details directly here and being able to purchase directly from here. I see that I can have multiple. I would probably be curious how they are doing this association between this product and this product because it doesn't make much sense to me, but maybe the AI gods see something different. Okay, let's try the checkout. They have the shipping offering there, which is good. Checkout is not bad. Typical Shopify from checkout from Shopify. We have the logo. We have the order summary, potential possibility of putting a discount. I'm not going to go through the other steps because we've done it already. Very important, always add your legal documents, your disclaimers here. Because even for sake of advertisement, Google Shopping, you will have to you'll have to put this information in your website in the checkout. Otherwise, Google not allow you to advertise on their Google Shopping functionality. So I think we went through a bunch of things that could get better here. Shop the look. Let's. How can I shop the look? Oh boy. Yeah. I click and I saw the product. Okay, that's not a bad thing. Execution could be better, but it's weird. I have to click on it for the shop to look to be appearing, and then I just have one product anyway. Yeah, not great. If you're going to do it like this. Yeah, that's better. Where you have different things. If possible, also improve the style. But okay, could be better, could be worse, but definitely improve the product page. Because even if people get to find what they want, you want them to be convinced in the product page to move forward. Rebecca, I am a pain. I keep speaking, and we went only through 3 brands so far. Should I stop now? What is the plan?
I think let's wrap it up.
Perfect. Sorry for Amanda, Happy Sloth, and Copper. cacao coffee. I guess next week you'll be up to it.